Hi Cancer, Morgane. Welcome to your April reading, horoscope. If you are returning and you follow my videos, thank you. If you are new, welcome. If anything resonates, please let me know. I love to make the connections. First card, Death card. Wonderful start. For those of you who don't know much about tarot and this scares you, rightly so, the Death. It is the opposite of being a scary card. It is leaving the past that doesn't serve us anymore behind and going into something completely brand new and exciting. So hold your breath. When I was focusing on your energy and the collective of Cancer who is watching me right now, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus perhaps, or if you're curious about a Cancer, I had a phrase coming to my head that I've been thinking about a lot today in my own private life. That which you seek is seeking you. Said by RUNE, who was a wonderful poet. If you don't know him, then look him up. That which you seek is seeking you. If you don't know what it is that you are searching for, stop looking, stand still, sit down. It is also seeking you. Let it find you. That isn't the challenge. Knowing what it is that you're seeking or connecting to it or finding it. Because all you have to do, because it's so accurate when it comes to frequency and energy. That which you seek is seeking you. Let it come to you. It will. That is not the problem. The problem starts. The real challenge today. Use better terminology. I'm sorry. The challenge with that which you seek. Once again, it's not to find it because you just need to let it find you. It's to, first of all, once it finds you, to recognize it. Actually recognize it, because sometimes it comes with a face that we didn't imagine or didn't think. Recognize it. Once you hopefully recognize it, another challenge, to not fear it. And if you fear it, to not destroy it. Because what we seek inside our essence, our soul, is very truthful and powerful. And it comes from the part of us that is very aware and fulfilled and tapped into its element. So if you are these things, once it finds you or you find it, you recognize it, you're not afraid of it, you jump right in. But if you are not tapped into your element, if you are not fully immersed into your full potential, if you are not yet you, the seeker, you might not recognize it. And if you recognize it, you might fear it because it stirs something in you. If you fear it, you might be tempted to destroy it. The Death card talks about living, ironically enough. Death in life reminds us to live, because if we didn't know this will all end at one point, we would have nothing to encourage us to make strong, brave decisions, to make sure that we recognize the thing that we seek when we find it or when it finds us, to make sure that we don't fear it or if we fear them, to make sure that we overcome the fear and not destroy it. It takes a lot of courage if we're not yet beyond the steps of fear of life. And we, if we're living a life of a heart, a full life, then we recognize truth, we recognize the right people, we recognize the right opportunities, we jump. We don't fear anything. Once we overcome the fear of death, because we understand that it's a gift, a blessing to remind us to live, and we don't fear anything anymore. As long as we're alive and breathing and healthy, we're happy, right? So anything that is a challenge or an opportunity of growth or for magic in our life, we're like, yay! We don't fear the consequences, because as long as we're breathing, it's fine. It's the worst that can happen. So I feel like this is really connecting to what I was saying, because this says once you are beyond that stage of fear, once you are fully living a life, that when you're walking a path that has a heart, you make strong decisions, you have a strong heart, then you find what you seek. What you seek is finding you. You're on the same route, the same path. Good. If you're not beyond that fear yet, Cancer, that is where you need to get to in order to let the thing that you seek find you and to fulfill the potential of this encounter. What is going on in your life that might be very truthful, but you are scared of right now? Or what it is that you need to leave behind that isn't truthful in order to make room for that thing to find you. Also listen to the little signs that comes from what I just said. Someone or something whom you're not, that you are seeking, that you want, that you're not sure if it's mutual. Sit down. Let it come to you. Think to yourself, that which I seek is seeking me. And if it comes right in that moment and sits next to you, suddenly it comes along. And I'm speaking metaphorically, of course. And you got your answer. But if it doesn't, that's also an answer. It takes a lot of courage to find something with no movements, right? To just be serene and focused on the inside and allow the universe to show you and allow people to show you. To just observe. To listen. Change is very much an inner spiritual change. It could represent, of course, moving a home, moving a relationship, moving a job, moving a continent, something. But it can be a very major shift in consciousness, in awareness, in way of thinking, in way of handling situations. Inside, internally, an internal shift, change, growth. Cancer, go into the waters. See who follows you. See who swims with you. Cancer is an animal that is both on the ground and in the water. One, two, three cards, I'll take it. King of Wands. Eight of Cups. Ten of Pentacles. you feel the new energy, you feel the new life, you feel that fire is coming. New energy is coming. You want to act. You want to start anew. You want to leave everything behind and let this spring be the beginning, literally, the beginning of the new you and of the new year. But what I recommend, what I feel like the cards are recommending, is to have this fire be internal. King of Wands tends to act, to do, to move, to take control, to not hide in the waters, but to be outside. Especially next to the Death card that really puts pressure on him. Let's do, let's do, let's do. But Cancer, this is your time to kind of be in the water, hide inside the water, move away a little bit from the situation internally, and allow that which you seek to find you. Let them come to you. Because you need to be in your safety and in your power and in your serenity. And you need to regain strength after a very challenging time. That you were very brave and very strong. You went through the hurdles. But now you just want to focus on everything that you managed to attain and enjoy and what's the word? I forgot a word. It happens to me sometimes. English is not my native tongue. It happens. It will suddenly peek behind the curtain and find you. That which you seek is also going through a metamorphosa, a shift, a change. But they are at a place where they need to be seeking you. Right now they're hiding. But they will come and find you when the energy will kind of burst out of their stomach. Be there, ready, happy, strong, prepared to take that energy in. You already know, you're already looking, you already know who needs to come and how. But that which you seek, that is also seeking you, is halfway. His body is turned in your direction, but his head, his mind, his thoughts are still a little bit in the past, what it is that they're letting go of, the change. You still have, this little transit to make to get to you. Clarify this King of Wands, please. We're now going into the extended where I'm asking for clarification. And then we will look at the bottom of the deck. And then I might ask for a card to represent the spiritual lesson. And then I will take out a grand finale, which is a rune that I will choose for you to represent your month of April. I will explain what rune means in case you don't know. Right now I want to clarify this King of Wands with the Death card because he's going through this transit. This is, see how they are kind of sitting the same way with their wand in the same position. And the Death card is 13, that's 4. 1, 3 is 4. King of Wands is Aries, April, 4. 4 and 4. So this individual is the one that is also going through this shift in order to, you need to be in your zone. Sit and let it come to you. They will do that when they're ready, when they will finish the shift. Please clarify this King of Wands. I feel like I need to do this. Because this is the energy that this individual is going through. You're already past it. You already went through the hurdle. But they're going through it right now. And this is the energy that you're going through right now. You're like kind of being a Cancer that is diving into the waters and kind of just being in their zone. Behind the scenes, behind the curtains. So I want to clarify the situation between these two. If this is a romantic situation, I want to see it. Because there is a yearning, but she's fully there, and he's like halfway there. He's still in this mindset. So let's see how this is evolving through the month of April. Please clarify to me King of Wands and Ten of Pentacles and how their scenario will evolve in the month of April. Don't worry, Cancer. Be patient. It will come. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Woo. Or anyone who was lured into this video just by the headline or whatever. If it speaks to you, it speaks to you. If it doesn't, watch your other videos. King of Wands and Ten of Pentacles. Do you want us to see? If not, I'll ask for something else. Sometimes we don't have to know everything coming from a tarot reader. I'm a spiritual, existential shifter type of tarot reader. I want to give you the answer that will most serve you and be most benevolent for you. And sometimes it's just no answer, you know? Let's give this a little bit more of a chance. Okay. Devil in reversed. I like this. King of Wands in reversed. Okay. Part of the change. This individual changing, shifting out of the energy of the devil. The devil upright. Manipulation. Coercing, emotional manipulation, control, obsession, disloyalty, dishonesty, deceit, even telling lies to yourself, unaware, not wanting to do the work, not wanting to change, not wanting to move forward, staying in a scenario from all the wrong reasons, from either fear or doubt or selfishness. But now it's upside down, it's reversed. So it's done. No more being the devil. There's real growing out of it. And this energy of Aries season brings so much awareness and newness with the effect of this individual. Could be you, Cancer. Or maybe you're here. Maybe this is you and this is someone else kind of waiting for you to seek them. I don't think so, though. Never mind. Okay, great. And the Knight of Wands in reverse, if we connect it to the devil's energy, it's the being seductive, giving false promises, not being truthful, being selfish, being childish, not taking responsibility for your actions. But now this knight is becoming a king because it's upside down. We asked to clarify these two, and also maybe this beautiful energy right here needs to move away from this energy that wasn't to her level or wasn't there for real or wasn't stable. Maybe this is after, you know, maybe this is not one person. This could represent an energy of love affairs that aren't stable, that are not lasting, that come and go, that don't stick around. The Knight of Wands, you know, in the upright is quite flaky. You know, it comes, it wants, it has passion, but it doesn't. Many times it comes and goes. You know, there's the adventures and then bye. But now it's turning into a king. There's a real sense of growth, especially if it's in the reverse. So this energy is done. Also, it might be like the extreme expression of this energy, like being really, really, really irresponsible and childish and just sticking around and being annoying and coming and going, coming and going. You know, this is an energy that she's out of it completely. She has her back towards it. It's like this energy is done. And, you know, I feel like this individual has a little bit more work to do with this, with her, probably you. I feel, Cancer, it's like you did the work. You did the work. This is like leftovers or going out. And this is why he's halfway in, halfway out, because it still has some work to do, but they're getting there. They're really, really getting there. Pretty. One outcome card, and then we will look at the bottom of the deck. Outcome card. Nice. Queen of Wands. Okay, so power couple. They're looking at each other. They are of the same element. Boom. This person is doing the work, and when he is ready finally, then they are part of the same element. So much fire in this reading. A lot of passion. The first, spiritual work. And this, guys, because I have April through Queen of Wands can represent Leo, represent the month of August perhaps. Aries, the month of April. It doesn't have to be Aries and or Leo. Not at all. It's just the energy, and I'm getting times here. So this could be a process that goes through from now all the way through August, you know, until there's completion. But not necessarily, you know. This is a general reading. Some of you will apply to you. Some, it's just the energy. Could be sooner if this guy does the work faster, you know. Yeah. Okay. Bottom of the deck. 3 of Cups. 4 of Wands. Queen of Swords. 5 of Swords. 4 of Pentacles. The High Priestess. And the Moon. Let's leave it at that for now. All right. If there was a third party situation, 3, 2 women, and this guy, 5 of Swords, having to make a decision, but holds on to what they know and doesn't want to let go, but they know they have to make a decision, but they don't want to because they want to hold on. It's probably the process that the King of Wands here is going through releasing the devil's energy, because this is very much an energy of the devil, you know, conflicted between these two, having a third party situation kind of thing, having to make a decision but not making a decision, holding on from ego or from fears. This is probably the work that this guy, or this gal maybe, needs to do. But they are doing it because, you know, maybe they just don't have a choice. Maybe they were forced, because these two kind of own up to the situation, because they are upright and they are in a very strong position. You know, they are sitting very strong. So maybe they were like, it's done, enough. No more with this game. Either make a decision or whatever, you know, kind of owning up to their power. No, this game is not going on anymore. Because he's not in between them. They're like, these girls are like facing each other. And he's like, I'm just gonna hold on. Right. Yeah, there is a lot of secrets and confusion and hiding and whatever that was going on in the scenario. It's like this could be that you went through a third party situation. Maybe you were the third party, maybe you were the person who feels like the person that you're with has a third party. I feel like you were the third party perhaps, because the High Priestess is coming strong for you. But it's not for sure. Find yourself on the narrative, please, and comment. Tell me. But right now, you know, the High Priestess is a very powerful character. She just also came out in the Libra reading, but I look at her a little bit differently here, because in the Libra reading, she came out with the moon in reverse, meaning no more confusion, owning up to your power and what you know in the inside. But the moon is still confused, it's still unsure, it's still vague, it's still... So like this together, I feel like there's a lot of things going on underneath the surface between these two individuals. It's very powerful and deep and intense. It's hard for it to explain, even for them, even between themselves. They don't really know how to explain what is going on, what is happening, why they can't control this connection. This is a very, very powerful connection between two individuals that speak the language of the 5D, of the spiritual, of the energy, and they really resonate on the same frequency. Now, I don't want to say that they are deceitful. They're just very wise, and they're able to juggle their knowledge, like, you know, to kind of dodge bullets and survive through the difficulties of life. So they're both very similar. It comes from, you know, being just wise, and they find that common language together. They understand each other, and it's something that it's almost impossible to break or come in the middle of, or even understand if you're looking at it from the outside. But those are major arcanas. So even though that is the connection, in reality, there's lack of ability to make a decision, holding on to fears. And this connection will manifest for sure, because this has decided on the soul level. Like, this has been decided on the soul level before whatever came into their body, you know, their physical forms, current physical form. The question is how and when, and each of you has a different scenario because it's a general reading. But many of you are really deep in the process already. And I definitely, it's a lot of cards of third party situation. But here's the thing. What needs to be will be. that which you seek is seeking you, and these two are seeking each other. It's inevitable for them. It's like these individuals can be in a huge room with enormous amount of people, and they will spot each other from across the room, and they, even if they try to not hang out together, somehow the energy or the situation will cause them to hang out with each other. I can't explain it. It's like two magnets, right? It's physics, it's nature, it's chemistry, it's alchemy, it's, I don't know. But yeah, no, I definitely see an outcome of a union, but honestly, because I have such, where is the King of Wands now? Did we lose the King of Wands? What happened? Here you are. This is funny. Okay, so because I have this power couple here that are of the same element, and like this is very soulmate type, twin flames type of cards to come out together. When a king and a queen of the same element come out together, it's like it's inevitable. It's gonna happen, especially if I have like this and they came out facing each other. So I feel like right now it's in this situation and it will become this situation, but because it's so deep and so intense, I don't know if it will happen like now in April, even though this is a reading for April. This might last a while. This might be a process all the way through August, which isn't so bad, by the way, or even longer depending on your situation, but you are deep in this and it has a happy ending. It's like, now here's the thing, guys. Now I need to talk to you. These are general readings, and I wish this could apply to every single one of you. It can't. Either way, there are things here that speak to you, that are relevant to you, that you can learn from. And if it didn't resonate at all, watch your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. But for those of you who are walking an aware path and really understand the connection that I've described here, and everything else also resonated, and not just this part because you wanted to be true between the two of you, like all of it, then it could very well be you, because I have the 10 of Pentacles here. Like, it's very joyous, full family, happily ever after type of life. After a journey, you know, it's the 10 of Pentacles, a completion. And these are the only two, other than the obvious, which is the death and the devil. They both represent the spiritual process and the shift that one of you is going through. These major arcana are connected with each other as a couple, right? Some of you are dabbling, not like in a bad way, are learning, going through, you know, the mystical world, learning divination, evolving spiritually, energetically, doing the energy work, maybe a little bit going lost in it. But if I have the Queen of Swords here, I'm a little bit calm in regards, because the Queen of Swords is very logic and in control, and doesn't lose her strength or her power or her focus or her logic. So many of you are doing very, very good work. Maybe you are teaching, maybe you are learning from a very good teacher. This is controlled, this is strong, this is great. If I had the devil upright, I might be concerned and worry a little bit about, you know, dark work. But I have it, you know, in reverse, so it's okay. I'm not as worried about that. You know, this is a very, very strong combination, the Moon and the High Priest. Especially in this deck because of the way they are painted. They are bewitching each other. So none of them can actually blame the other for bewitching them because they are doing it to each other. And if they both choose to bewitch each other, then it's because they both had real feelings in the first place to have made them want to bewitch the other. So either way, it's real. You know, any way you turn the ball, it's real. Also, the Libra reading was very, very powerful, and also had the Moon and the High Priestess. Yeah. How many four? I want to count something. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 fours here. 4, 4, 4, 4. Interesting. I'll reorganize them for a second. Look at them a bit differently. It's also something that I like to do. Now I want to look at the court cards. So we have the Queen of Swords. I'm going to talk to myself for a little bit and then I'll figure it out and get back to you. Be patient. Wands. This. I'm just rearranging here. The Lego pieces. Lego pieces. These are not relevant at the moment. Okay. So I have, just look. See? Okay. 4. King of Wands is 4 because Aries, it's April. April is the 4th month of the year. 4. 13, 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles. Great. Power couple. King of Wands, Queen of Wands. There was a little bit of hoochie-hoochie. Devil. 3 of Cups. A little bit of third-party situation. Ability to make the choice, but you have to make the choice. The Death card is here, be like, Queen of Swords might be the outside source. The third party situation is like, whatever. Pentacles. There are a lot of female characters and a lot of male characters. So either all the female represent the female aspect, all the males represent the male aspect, or it's just a mishmash of romance. I don't know what you guys are dabbling with, but it's definitely interesting. And from all of this mess, 2 of the most powerful ones from, you know, one powerful feminine, one powerful masculine will be together, whether other people like it or not. I just honestly can't tell you when. And this whole 4-4-4-4 situation, this is building, establishing. Like I'm completely leaving the context of the interpretation of the cards, and I'm only looking at the numbers. This is building foundations for generations. So this couple that needs to manifest is going to bring like generations to the world that will do very important work. This is something the universe wants. It's part of its evolution, its creation. Now it sounds dramatic, but these 2 have a mission. Their children have a mission. Their children's children have a mission. And it will be a story of generations. And it will happen, and no one can stand in the way of that. It's just as simple as that. So if you are one of these, just go through the process, go through the journey, because I can't give you time frames, and it could be torture, and I don't want you to get stuck. Live your life. Live your life in the meantime, and let it unfold naturally, and don't just trust the energy. That which you seek is seeking you, so don't worry. One card really wanted to fall down. Page of Pentacles in reverse, meaning by September top, I feel like this will be resolved for many of you, like completely, fully. No more questions asked. This won't, and if it's not the real thing, if you're like a part of this really important thing, but you're like an antagonist, you're like not supposed to be there, then you will be out by September. And if you are one of the important characters, then you will be fulfilled and united September. That's how I feel. All right, that was interesting. That was interesting, even for me, because I keep surprising myself with the things that I see, or with the things that I'm being guided to see, I guess. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna take out a monthly rune for you, Cancer. My sack. What are runes? Runes are divinations. Runes are energy work. Runes are symbols, are letters, are sigils. They have a sound. They have a color. It's Celtic, Viking, Gaelic. It's of the Nordic tribes. It's one of the most ancient divination tools known, if not the most ancient. Merlin, the wizard, used to read them. They were the knowledge of the Druids. The Druids were the priestess, the wise of the Celtic tribal community, Celtic world, I'm sorry. And like a classic set has 24 runes, but since the 80s, in the past 30-40 years, they've added a 25th rune. It's called Weird. Some rune casters use it, some don't. Some packs have it, some don't. Up to you. I have it in my stack. I don't always choose to read it. Sometimes I choose, sometimes I don't, depending. So, I'm asking for the rune for the month of April for Cancerians who are watching this video. I'm so happy to have this rune. And it makes sense because this is the rune of happiness. Wunjo. Cooperation, fulfillment, artistic endeavors. If you're an artist, this is a wonderful rune. This means you'll have a very expressive, inspiring time where you will create and do and feel at your best, and your creations will be wonderful. If you want to start a new project that has to do with something artistic, go for it. Wonderful friendships, cooperations, harmony, joy. This stone is hematite, also known as bloodstone. Good for blood flow and for grounding your energy. So it's great for runes because runes are divination and spirituality. So they need to be, grounded. And if you were thinking about a specific question, if you're focusing on something very specific, when I took it out, then the answer is yes. It's also the rune of love, so I feel like it connects to the reading of many of you are really going to unite with your true, most amazing love that you could possibly imagine. And it's going to be so joyous and real and truthful and beautiful and inspiring and open-hearted, and this is very exciting. Please comment and tell me, even if it's like 4 months from now in August, 5 months from now in September, and everything that I've said now has been unfold, and you can tell me exactly, then get back to me and write me and tell me. Okay? I read all the comments. Thank you so much for subscribing and following. Your likes and your comments and your subscription are very inspiring and humbling to me So thank you for allowing me to go through this journey. I wouldn't be able to do this if it weren't for you watching. So yeah, have a great month of April. I will see you again in May. Thank you. Bye, Cancer.